Hello there. I will play another rapid online game, and like before, I'll try to verbalize my thinking process and afterwards analyze the game. So let's just try to select the challenge. By the way, I'm having some problems with allergies in this season, so if you hear some sniffing, sneezing, or something, you know what it is. Okay, my opponent, Mr. Torre, is rated similar as me, and he plays e4. I'll just respond by e5. Knight f3. Okay, I will play Petrov, so let's play knight f6. And Petrov can be very tactical. I'm just playing this. I know first 5 moves of theory. So Petrov can be very tactical and sharp opening. It has the reputation of being drawish, but yes, if two grandmasters play, then I guess it can be drawish. But when amateurs play, well, Petrov can be very tactical. Okay, he plays d4 now, and I think I'm probably out of the theorem, out of the book. I play d5. I saw this position earlier. And I know the principles. So the principle of Petrov is to grab e4 when opportunity rises, and then if you can maintain this knight here on e4, it's usually good for black. Okay, so he's preparing to castle. What should I do now? Should I just develop my light square bishop, or I should develop my dark square bishop first? Yeah, that makes more sense. Then any idea of pinning me here is gone. Okay, so now he attacks my knight. Now I can protect this with bishop f5. And if he takes, I can take either way. Okay, it's a nice developing move, so I think it should be okay. By the way, I played another game and I recorded. I played against a much stronger player. He played London System, and I was crushed tactically. But I had some technical issues, and the recording was very well, so very bad. So it's not something to be uploaded. So good for me. I was spared of this embarrassment. Okay, I'll just castle in this position, I think. There's no reason to delay this. So one thing I like about Petrov is that you get to play with your pieces. There is not such pawn play. You put your both pawns in the center, and then you just play with your pieces. So should I recapture with my pawn or with my bishop? I don't like this pawn here, it will be weak. Okay, let's calculate. If I capture with my pawn, then he has to move his knight somewhere. He can move the knight on e5. What then? I don't like this pawn on e4. I'm not sure why, but I don't like it. It looks it looks too vulnerable. It's not easy defended by another. It's not easily defended by another pawn. Okay, so I'll just take my bishop. I have to bring this guy out quickly, here or here. Okay, he wants to take away my bishop, but I'm not so thrilled to give it away. I like this bishop. I'm just scanning if there is any tactical opportunity here, but no, all my pieces are asleep, so no No spectacle here. Okay, I'll just retreat my bishop. I like having this bishop on this diagonal, especially eyeing this c2 square. It can be quite annoying for white. Okay, I hope this recording will be okay this time, so I don't talk in vain, especially if I win. It will be a pity not to show this. Okay, he brings his knight back. He probably likes this e5 square for his knight. And he doesn't like his bishop being closed. Okay. So what can this bishop do here? He'll probably develop it to f4. Should I do something to prevent this? Not really. I can always play bishop d6 later if I like, and then have my queen on this nice square here. Okay, for that reason I want to have this queen on the d5, so I'm thinking of playing c6. But does this make my pawn weak here? Because then I cannot defend this pawn with my c pawn. But I don't see how can he attack this pawn efficiently. Okay, so let's just develop. I shouldn't be wasting much time. But it's okay, it's move 12. Wasted so like 3 minutes. I'm happy with this time management. Okay, so he plays this because he doesn't want to have this weakness. It's okay, and he also wants to support his d4 pawn. But I don't think there are any threats. He can bring his queen out here, maybe on b3. Let me just use red arrow, sorry, and then try to grab my b7 pawn, but I can defend it. There are several opportunities. I can play something like knight a5 or just rook to b8 or something. So I will just continue, since I don't see any major threats here. I'll just continue with my development, and I will centralize my rook on e8. And now this is also potential weakness. So e2, if he moves his queen, then when at some point I can threaten this bishop on e2. But it's far-fetched, the idea. I mean, it's easily defended, but okay, it's nevertheless good to be aware about your opponent's weaknesses. You never know, and it's a good habit to look for the weaknesses in opponent's camp. Okay, he develops his bishop f4, and now he wants to undermine this pawn. And now I have this idea to play knight a5, and then maybe knight to c5, and then I can think about pushing this pawn either to c6 or c5, and so this pawn will not be some weakness in the future. And knight here can be useful, but then he can just kick it away. And then I have this nice d6 square for my knight, which is actually very nice, because then this knight can go wherever he wants to go. Okay, lots of arrows. So the idea is to play knight a5 and then knight c4, and have this c pawn going. I don't see any protective purpose of having this knight here. So I don't see what could go wrong if I just play this. And the clock is ticking, so let me just play this move. It is a little strange having the knight on the edge of the board, but this is only temporary. And now also this idea doesn't work anymore. Okay, he saw this, so he doesn't want me to go there. Okay, but I can now do this, try to go for this pawn break. He now weakens this pawn with this move. Can I exploit this somehow? If I do this pawn break and he captures, I capture with my bishop, then I have isolated pawn. Or I could just now play bishop d6, opening this file. Queen can capture here. This knight is okay here. It cannot be harassed so easily. So if before, then just knight to c4. It's not kind of position when you want to think about good and bad bishops, because the center is not fixed. I mean, only these two pawns are fixed, and this pawn is on a black square, so I guess this is his bad bishop. But I don't see what's, and this should be like my good bishop, but not in this position. I think this bishop is much better. Okay, so I will play bishop d6. Then I can pre-move just to get some time. So if he captures, I will recapture with queen. No dilemma there. Okay, he moves his knight. He wants now to. He wants to have my light square bishop. Maybe I could just capture. Or I could play knight to f6. Now with the double attack on e5 and attacking f4. Well, this is worth considering. If I play queen f6 and then he takes my bishop here, he can take this bishop, he takes this bishop, and we traded everything. I'm not so happy with this. If only I could move this bishop with some kind of threat, it would be great. But I can't. But if I take this knight, so bishop takes e5, bishop takes e5, and then I can play something like f6. But I don't like moving my pawns with his queen on the board. So this is not a very good idea. I have to do something. I cannot just think forever. If I move my bishop to e4, then he can just play f3. and he's weakening his king. Then I can retreat back to f5. Too many bishop moves, but okay, let's do this. So bishop to a4. So if he plays f3, okay, I'll just retreat. Okay, he did play this, so I can now retreat to f5. Okay, but by playing f3, he also controls this square. Okay, I was thinking about this, so I can just now, let's see, I see this, but I cannot do anything with this now. Okay, maybe later I will just retreat my bishop now. Now maybe I can play f6. And trade his bishop with mine. His king is very weak now. He moved these pawns a lot. My pawns are here, so I like my position now. Let's see how it will unfold. You see the Petrov, it was supposed to be a boring, drawish opening, but in fact it's very interesting. All the pieces are playing. The lines are open, everything. Okay, he protects this bishop, so he sees that it's not very pleasant to have this bishop unprotected. Okay, I could just move my pawn now here. Consolidate later. Then my knight is badly placed. Do I achieve anything by playing queen to h4? Not really. Eyeing this square, but it's very far. Okay, I'm getting a little bit. I don't usually think this long, and it's usually my thinking is much more chaotic. But now I try to verbalize my thoughts, so it takes some time. Maybe I can play queen f6 now. Can he threaten my queen? Yes, he can play this. If I play f6, I leave this bishop unprotected, which might not be the best idea in this position. But then I can also maneuver my bishop back to this g6 square. Okay, I have to play something, so I'll just play this f6. As you can see, I'm very low on time in this level, so I'll have to play a little bit quicker. Okay, I don't care, but if he wants to exchange, let him exchange. I will just move away my bishop now here, so I'll get to activate my bishop again. And I have to think about this a5 knight. It's doing nothing now. I have to bring him back. Or just try some pawn break, really. Okay, so this is a logical continuation from his part. Should I just move my bishop on g6 to have it active? Or should I move my knight back? I think it doesn't make much difference, because I want to do both things anyway, so... Okay. Well, with this allergy and everything, I do feel a little tired. I don't sleep very well at night, and my head hurts a bit, so I'm not in my best shape. But this is also good for practice, because when you're on the tournament and the game lasts for 3 hours, and there is not much oxygen in the room, then this is the way I feel now is the way you would feel, or anybody, and after 3 hours of playing in the closed room. So I think it's good to play when you are tired. So it's just important that you play seriously, that you take things serious. So I'm really trying here. I'm doing my best. I want to win. So if I'm tired, if I miss something because I'm not as fresh as I can be, it doesn't matter. I will lose and I will learn something anyway. So you should always play chess. It doesn't matter if you are sick, if you have headache, if you are tired, if you didn't sleep well. Just play. Be serious and you will learn something. Okay, now my opponent is taking his time, and this is quite understandable. First of all, he has time to spare, and second, this is a very complicated position when you think about this. He moved all his pawns, if you can see. So he has more space here, definitely. So the theory says if he has more space, I should be one wanting to exchange stuff. But I don't think I should run for this here. Okay. Now, according to this logic, I should exchange this bishop, and then he would have double pawns, and then I could play my queen to d6, threatening to capture this pawn, and he would have to move his king, and then I can bring back my knight. Well, this looks good. I think I don't like to exchange just to exchange, because you know, lots of times we beginners, we want to exchange just to avoid complications on the board. But I think in this situation it's justifiable. He'll have double pawns and I have less space. Okay, I will activate my queen, so I'm developing my queen with a threat here. And this is always good. And now I want to think how should I develop my knight? Should I go here, or then maybe something like this? I have to find some active square for my knight. So let's just move the knight. Okay, he really wants this bishop. And I really don't want to give this bishop away. What else is he threatening? This pawn, but it's protected. Well, if I retreat this bishop, I think I should be okay. See, where bishop is 4 squares, there is a 4 squares distance, or 2 square, depending how you count. Then the bishop has this nice feature to just control all the squares of the knight. Okay, he's now attacking my h-file. What does he want with this? I don't know, but I can just now bring my knight into defense. He probably wants to double up here, and then maybe sack a piece to open my position. So I should be careful, but I don't have time to be careful because I have only 2 minutes on the clock. Okay, so I'll just move here and try to exchange this knight. And then after the exchange, I will have my bishop here, again protecting h7. Okay, so now he doesn't want me to play this move. Okay, so I have to find plan B. You know what? I'm not afraid of opening this file, this h5. He cannot checkmate me so easily, so it's okay. If he wants to exchange his pieces, I'm fine with this. I have less space and less time, so I don't mind exchanging pieces. Okay. I don't like that I'm in time trouble. I will have to practice talking and thinking more quickly. Okay, so he wants to do something, I'm not sure. Okay, let me change these rooks because I don't like the idea of him doubling the rooks. I'll probably play rook e8 when he recaptures. This knight here is not very active. I don't like its position. Maybe I should try to play c5 just to make room for my knight here. Maybe this could be a plan. Okay, but now I'm basically playing blitz, and I'm not good in blitz. My blitz rating is 1600. I think my maximum blitz rating was like 1650 or something. Let's see my opponent. He's better in blitz than me, so he's 1658. So he's a little better at blitz, and he's much better in classical chess. As you can see, he's also 2000 points in classical chess. And my classical chess is similar to my rapid, so just under 1800. Okay, I'll just play this. Okay, so my opponent is better than me. Obviously, he's high rated in blitz, in rapid, in classic, in all categories. Not much, but he is, especially in classic. He's also almost 2000 points. I have to work a lot to reach this. I'm sorry for scratching my nose, but this is the way it is with allergies. Well, I can't say I like my position now. He has more space, his pieces are more active. But it's pretty much, I don't see some great advantage which white has, so I think I would evaluate this something like plus 0.3 or something. Okay, sorry, I had to cut this because I just missed. Okay, he doesn't want to exchange his rook. Okay, let me continue with this plan, playing c5, because I really want this to happen sometimes. I don't even care about having isolated pawn because I want to activate my piece. So if he takes, I take with my queen. And then he could play even f4 to prevent me from moving my knight, but okay, I'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay, but I definitely have to capture. I'm now using pre-moves in order to get some time. I have 10-second increment, so if there is some obvious recapture, I want to make this as quickly as possible. Okay, so he doesn't want to give me this e5 square, obviously. He saw what I was trying to do. Okay. Should I take this anyway? I'm not sure. No, let's just keep the pressure and play b6. So he has light square bishop, so I want my pawns to be on the dark squares. And hopefully his pawns will be on the light squares, and this is what I would like to have. You can tell this is a strong player because he saw all my plans in advance. He saw that by playing c5 I'm trying to get control over e5 square. I'm not sure I would have seen this. Okay, so he's offering another exchange. Should I welcome this exchange? No, because then I have this double attack here. And this is not good. So maybe I should play just h6. Well, but then this knight is attacked twice. Okay. And I am totally low on time now. Okay, I'll just move my king away so I can bring this bishop to g8. So this knight is still defended twice, so it should be okay. Okay. I just recapture with my bishop. So if he takes, I will take. And now if he checks, I'll just move my king to f7. Okay. I don't mind the exchange. Okay. Now we are in the very complex endgame, and I'm low on time, so I don't give myself much chances here. Okay, let's block this. So he wants to have pawn endgame. Let's have it. Okay. Now this is guarded. I could have captured the queen. I know I played too fast. Maybe I should have thought about this more. But then his king will be very close, and maybe my king would be very far away. So in fact, I don't want to capture on these terms. I might even want to move my queen forward. Okay, so it was good that I didn't capture, although I didn't think about this that way. Okay, so I can move my queen forward. Okay, now my queen is threatening lots of mean stuff here, and you can see that he's blocking all my penetration squares. Okay, I will play my queen here because now not this, but this is the thing. So he goes here. I can just okay. Okay, I didn't see this. I have to move my king somewhere, not here. I have to move it here to protect this pawn. Okay, now I'm a pawn down. Well, I think I'm losing this endgame. I'm thinking about this. Okay, seems to work. Threatening now this capture and also guarding a6. This is not good. I can exchange queens here now and hope for a draw, but it's very thin. Okay, now I have to centralize my king. Grab the opposition. He's trying to get me zugzwang. Okay, let's play this. Oh, this is probably lost. I don't see how can I possibly win this. Now I have to run to this side and he'll just grab my pawns here. Okay, I'll just well done and resign. Okay, 57 moves. Okay, it's a long game. Okay, so you see this. Obviously, this time troubled, unfortunately, was crucial. Okay, let's go to analysis board to see. To analyze, I will turn off the engine. Okay. Okay, so I just went with Petrov. I think this is our main line. Even this move, let's see with the book. Yes, d5 is the main move here. Okay, bishop e2, bishop d6 now. I'm always afraid of playing d6 because then I am blocking the protection of this d pawn. But book says d6, but also e7 was played. Okay, so e7, knight bd2, and now okay. So we are out of the theory here after this. In fact, here we are already out of the theory, so we just play chess. Let's see. Okay. I see my opponent already turned the analysis on, so let's see what were the crucial moments. I made 3 blunders, my opponent made 2 blunders. Basically everything was okay until move 29. Okay. So here my opponent played, no, I was, oh, so I played c5. And this was a blunder. Okay, let's see why. You know, my board moved, doesn't matter. Why is this a blunder? I don't see. c5. And he played king f2. So c5. He should play knight takes g7. Okay, so he sees something here. I don't see how this sacrifice should work. Oh, like this. Okay. And then he can just play, I guess, queen takes h7. Check. I have to move my king. Okay, so now he's obviously winning this. Okay, so he had this tactical opportunity. He missed this. b6 was also a blunder, so I should have played knight to f8. Yes, I should play knight f8. You know this saying, knight f8, there is no mate. So when you are under attack or under pressure, the usual recipe is to bring your knight to f8. And I should have done this here. So I should have just played knight f8. Okay, but I didn't. And now let's see what was the crucial mistake. Engine says it's equal here, so I should have just put my king to f7, protecting these 3 pawns, and it should be an equal game. But instead I played queen e7. He took the pawn. I took back. He played e3. Okay, so he was playing very well here, and I play here queen e5. But this was better, just protecting these pawns. So this is +1, so I can still draw this game if I play correctly. But now it's terrible because now I just blundered this pawn. And computer even says that this was a mistake. That the better move was queen b5. Check. Okay. But anyway, it's still playable. And now queen e6 was a mistake, allowing to lose another pawn, because this pawn is now attacked twice and defended only once. So I should have played here. I should have played just queen to d6, protecting the pawn, and I'll be 1 pawn down, but still I will have drawing chances. Okay. And now after queen b6, it's +13, so I am losing instantly. Okay. But I thought I'm losing anyway, so I didn't try enough, because obviously now my king has to run to get these pawns, and his king can just go and grab my pawns. But this is exactly what happened in the game. So after this I had no chances. Okay, it's the end. Okay, so what is the moral of the story here? Well, first of all, time pressure. I went to time pressure, and then I just I just blundered the pawn here and you before. So I blundered one pawn and then I blundered another pawn. So I blundered g6 and I blundered d4. And you know, in the end game, when you blunder two pawns and then you exchange your queen because you don't know anything better to do. I mean, this was definitely the losing move. Computer suggests I should have just taken this g4, and then he would take my a7 and he would have double connected outside pawns. It's lost anyway. Okay, thank you for watching. I'm sorry if this analysis took too long. I'm learning. This is a new series. I'm trying to make something of these recordings. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment. Tell me what you think about this format of videos and about my games and whatever you have in mind related to chess. Cheers.